Every single month, millions of people start a brand new YouTube channel. But here's the crazy part. A massive majority of them just abandon it within the first 3 months. Why? Well, because they think simply grabbing someone else's speech, slapping some cinematic music in the background and hitting upload is somehow going to make them rich. But here's the reality check for you. In 2026, the YouTube algorithm and the audience have completely evolved. If you want to build a sustainable, monetized channel today without relying on those outdated, risky strategies, you've got to stop thinking like an amateur and really start thinking like a professional. So welcome to this explainer, where we're going to break down the exact 2026 reality of turning your channel from 0 subscribers into a thriving, monetized brand.
To truly understand why this matters right now, just think about this number for a second. 500 million. There are over 500 million active YouTube users in India alone. That is 500 million people, making it just an absolute powerhouse for creators who want to build an audience and generate serious income. The potential is literally immense, but the gates are now guarded by some pretty strict new policies.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is the exact playbook we are going to cover today. We'll look at the new eligibility requirements, strict content rules, high-paying niches, revenue diversification, and finally, the shorts to long funnel.
Let's kick things off with Phase 1, the 2026 YouTube eligibility requirements.
This right here is the very first foundational step every single new creator has to conquer to unlock the gates of monetization. The pathway to earning is now broken down into a really strategic tiered system. Step 1 is the early access tier. Basically, if you hit 500 subscribers and 3,000 public watch hours, you unlock fan funding. We're talking things like super chat, super thanks, and channel memberships. Then you push for Step 2, the full monetization tier. That's the classic 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, which actually unlocks your ad revenue sharing. And honestly, this brilliantly illustrates how YouTube is rewarding creators way earlier in their journey. It lets you monetize your most loyal fans before you even hit those big ad revenue milestones. Moving right along to Phase 2, strict content and AI rules. All right, here's a hard truth. Hitting those subscriber and watch hour numbers means absolutely nothing if your channel violates the 2026 compliance landscape. It really all comes down to this one definition: advertiser-friendly content. This just means your material has to be completely free from controversial themes, excessive profanity, or adult topics. Brands need to feel 100% safe associating their products with your videos. So maintaining advertiser-friendly content is absolutely crucial to unlocking premium CPM rates. Because if you ignore this, you're looking at restricted ads, much lower earnings, or even outright demonetization.
And when we actually look at the content itself, YouTube is heavily cracking down on laziness. Just compare these two approaches. On one hand, we have reused content. These are pure compilations or unlicensed clips. You can no longer just slap a beat over stolen movie clips and expect a paycheck. That is incredibly risky and will definitely lead to copyright strikes. On the other hand, we have transformative content. And guys, this is where the magic happens. You have to add substantial, original commentary, criticism, or parody. You can't just compile scenes, you really have to provide a deep, original analysis. That is exactly what the algorithm demands from creators in 2026.
We also definitely have to talk about artificial intelligence. The official rules state that AI-generated videos are allowed, provided they are original, valuable, and comply with the partner program rules. But purely automated, repetitive AI content may not be eligible. This is such a critical distinction. YouTube isn't banning AI, no way, but you must use it as a creative enhancement tool. Like for brainstorming or script outlining, it cannot be a complete replacement for your own human effort. If your channel is basically just a bot spitting out repetitive, low-effort videos, you're just not going to get monetized.
Okay, on to Phase 3, high-paying YouTube niches.
This is the strategic phase of channel building. Why? Because the specific topic you choose from day one literally dictates your ultimate earning ceiling. Now, what's really interesting about this data is the massive difference in how much advertisers are willing to pay based on what you actually talk about. Just look at the numbers for the Indian market in 2026. If you're in the finance and investment niche, your average CPM, which is what you earn per 1,000 views, can be anywhere from 800 to 2,500 rupees. Tech is also super high at 500 to 1,500. But then look down at lifestyle and fashion. It sits between 100 and 400 rupees. So why the huge gap? Well, banks and tech companies pay a massive premium to reach audiences who are actively looking for high-value products.
Which leads us to a really powerful realization. Niche selection is a primary driver of your revenue potential. In fact, it's often way more important than your raw view count. You've got to stop trying to make general videos for everyone. A smaller, highly targeted audience in a high-value micro-niche, like finance or tech, can massively out-earn a general entertainment channel that's pulling in double the views.
Let's shift gears to Phase 4, diversifying your revenue streams. Listen, relying solely on ad revenue, that is a highly volatile and honestly outdated approach for 2026. Welcome to the era of hybrid monetization. Today's top creators mix and match multiple tools based on their own unique content formats. You've got standard ad revenue, sure, but you also have channel memberships for recurring income, super chat and stickers for your live interactions, YouTube Premium revenue, which is entirely passive, by the way, and the merchandise shelf to sell directly to your fans. You shouldn't just pick one of these. The goal is to build a robust portfolio of all these streams.
And let's see how this translates into real, tangible results. 2.5 times. The data actually shows that channels utilizing 3 or more of these monetization methods earn 2.5 times more than those relying solely on standard ads. It creates this incredibly stable, resilient business model that protects you if ad rates just randomly drop one month.
So how do you decide which feature to prioritize first? Well, let's compare channel memberships against super chats. If your content is heavily educational or you've built a tight-knit community, memberships are going to give you predictable, recurring income from loyal fans who really want those exclusive perks. But if you're a gamer or you do a lot of live Q&As, super chat is going to give you these fantastic one-time revenue spikes driven by live, high-energy engagement. So just choose the one that naturally fits your style first and build up from there. And finally, we arrive at Phase 5, the shorts to long funnel.
This completely addresses the explosive dominance of short-form video right now. It's a trend you absolutely cannot ignore if you want to grow fast. Here is the big secret to 2026 traffic. Shorts to long-form conversion is now a primary ranking factor. You see, while YouTube Shorts are absolutely incredible for driving high engagement and massive reach, their direct monetization just isn't as lucrative as long-form content. Their true power is acting as a funnel. You post crisp, suspenseful shorts to grab attention, and then you use the related video feature to divert that massive traffic straight into your highly monetized long-form assets. It's a total game changer.
So, to make this all work organically while adhering to those strict rules we talked about, here is your practical, step-by-step game plan. First, define your micro-niche. Seriously, don't be general. Second, create a content calendar and actually stick to uploading 2 to 3 times a week. Third, produce original, transformative content so you fully own the rights. And fourth, engage with your community deeply in the comments to really build up that initial loyalty.
Building a real brand takes some serious strategy. So I'm going to leave you with a question to think about. Are your digital assets actually optimized for the 2026 hybrid landscape? Take a hard look at your channel today. Are you stuck in the past relying on generic content, or are you ready to implement these focused, high-value strategies? The roadmap is right in front of you. Now, it's time to go build it.